touchdown.
He can throw from any slot. Last chance for the Bills, 4th and 8 with 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining, and Josh Allen not able to complete that one right there. The Ravens win 24-17, and they clinch a playoff berth. So Baltimore now a virtual lock to earn the AFC's #1 seed, have home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Their FBI chances jumped from 69 to 96% after their win, and the Patriots lost 96%. They're seeking a first-round bye for the first time since 2011. And Pat, you said that you're ready to go ahead and just award Lamar Jackson the MVP right now. Why is that?
First of all, playing in Baltimore is very difficult. That fan base is a rabid one. When Seven Nation Army gets going in there, it is electric. It's a lot easier. It's comparable to Foxborough. But for me, I want to give Lamar Jackson the MVP immediately. Not only did he hit this professional athlete with a 5-piece and make him look like he was tackling ghosts, like he was Sam Darnold, he also trolled an old white for the 49ers by wearing long white sleeves and white gloves after what happened last week. So I love it. He's trolling people. He's dominating people. The defense is breaking up plays and chugging beers. This Ravens team is a team that you want to see succeed. They're a team that you have to watch because at any given point, Lamar Jackson's going to do a Sports Center type highlight reel play. It's a lot of fun to watch this team, and I'm very thankful that Harbaugh changed the entire culture of that team to fit what they got going on right now. Couple drops away from completely blowing out the Bills, who've been playing great football already.
You know what you said earlier, Marcus, that I liked, and this is what I put into the tease. They'll beat you any way you want to. The great teams will beat you any way you want to play.
Yeah, however you want to do it. You want to show up in the back alley. You want to show up on the field. You want to throw it around the yard. You want to run it. You want to make it physical. I got some homeboys from South Baton Rouge, G. However you want to do it. We can do brass knuckles, bare knuckles. We can use whatever we want to use. Just let us know what type of day you want to have, and we can show up and beat you doing your own thing. Look, we've talked about the Bills being physical on defense. Yep. We've talked about them, Allen being a runner and being able to escape. The one thing I want to make sure people understand, too, because Lamar Jackson obviously owns the headlines, since Marcus Peters showed up, they lead the league in scoring on defense. Like, the Ravens' defense is for real. Judon is a premier pass rusher on the outside. They had 6 sacks against a mobile quarterback. So it's not just they're doing it offensively. They're doing it a different way. Greg Roman, unconventional. But they brawl us, dude. And then you know what they do after they beat your face in, G? They celebrate. They dance. They talk about Lamar Jackson being their guy. Everybody has the quarterback's back. And when you have teams like that, it gets scary for other people.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? Nothing new for Baltimore.
Yeah.
Trust me, this is the way it's been. You talk about changing the culture. That culture's always been there. And it's always been there since Ray Lewis. They still got the same thing. And it's like, play like a Raven. They're playing like a Raven. And Marcus, you talk about this defense. People talk about, all these, this and that. Well, guess what? They're still the Baltimore Ravens on defense.
Yes,
and that's scary. We never had an offense. Well, guess what? They can beat you with that offense. They can whip you with that defense. And they have the best, probably, kicking game in the league. So, to me, I just think it's slam dunked at a #1 team in the league.
I thought the maturity by Lamar Jackson was really impressive yesterday because we often talk about, in the pass game, defenses making quarterbacks play patient. Well, the Bills did that to Lamar with the zone read game. Forced him to give and give and give. Ball wasn't going to get to the perimeter. And I thought he showed really good maturity. Okay, you're going to force me to give the football. It's not going to be about me. That was a really good growth for him in the run game.
All right, let's talk about that was the best player and probably the best team in football. But the best game of the day might have been the best game of the year. In New Orleans, 2 great defenses, Niners and Saints. Going to be a low-scoring game. Oh, by the way, it's 27-14 in the middle of the second quarter when we pick it up with Jimmy Garoppolo giving it to Deebo Samuel, and the fun is just starting.
The bags opened up for Kyle Shanahan. Double reverse pass. Great throw by Emmanuel Sanders. You saw the urgency of this football game by both coaches. Kyle Shanahan showing off some creative play calling.
Controversy at the end of the third. Saints back to punt. Taysom Hill. He's going to fake it. He's going to throw it. It looks like there's interference, but hold everything. It's the Buddy Ryan rule. There's no pass interference on a punt.
Nothing to see here. It's a good job by the officials executing the rule. There's no way that you could have this be pass interference. Teams would do it every play. It would be a massive advantage for the punt team.
It's not reviewable. It is literally the Buddy Ryan rule. Rex will explain in a minute. Meantime, under 10 minutes ago, 3rd and 8 for the 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo looking for use check. Short of the first down on the play, but hold on. A flag is going to come out for a hit to the head. Is this a good call?
Absolutely. There's forcible contact at head right there by Juszczyk, and you see his instant reaction of grabbing his head. forcible contact right there. Players are told, like, listen, don't do this if it's not real, because then you have to come off the field. This is a real thing for Juszczyk. Good job by the officials.
Niners get another set of downs, and they convert Garoppolo. My favorite name in the NFL is Kendrick Bourne.
Well, this is the story of the game. Is Jimmy Garoppolo going above and beyond some plays? Beautiful movement in the pocket, finding Bourne in the back of the end zone.
Niners up 42-33, but Drew Brees not done. Can't guard Mike.
Yeah, this was a great route by Michael Thomas. He stemmed inside, slammed the cornerback inside. Great throw by Brees.
So it's 42-40. Now it's 45-40, and it's Brees again. And this is incomplete over the middle of the field on a third down. But hold on, there's a flag. Is this, Rex Ryan, a good call for defensive pass interference?
Hey, nobody knows what pass interference is anymore, so who the heck cares? The game continued, and the best team won.
All right, next play. It mattered. Brees, Smith, touchdown. Niners up 46-45. They go for the 2, and critically, they don't get it. So, Niners down 1, 4th and 2 from the 33. Here's the play they'll be talking about forever.
I love the design, and I love finding George Kittle on. I'm not George Kittle. This is Mike Ditka. No, it's not. It's Mark Bavaro. No, it's not. No, this is the Hulk right here, full Avenger style by Kittle. Massive play. Look at the physicality. I will not go down by George Kittle.
Plus 15 yards on the face mask, so that puts them in field goal range. And the best game of the NFL season comes down to Robbie Gould from 30 yards away with no time remaining. Say goodnight, everybody. The Niners win. What an extraordinarily dramatic day. Sean Payton, how about the officiating?
I don't want to answer one officiating question today, so I won't. Keep going. Sorry. Listen, you're talking to me right after a tough loss, so are you telling me how I'm supposed to feel? All right, I don't feel encouraged. All right, I feel frustrated because we had opportunities earlier in the game offensively to take advantage of field position. We had a number of opportunities. We had missed assignments, so no, I'm not encouraged that way.
All right, Rex, quickly. Your father is the architect of this. Explain why.
Yeah, well, first off, my dad ran it like 6 or 7 times in 1 year, and basically what he would do is have the punter throw the ball straight up.
Athlete.
And the thing would be, his guy would catch it, because the returner thinks it's a punt, and then he may even signal fair catch. And then the other thing is, he would get a pass interference call, or worst comes to worst, he would get illegal contact past 5 yards down the field. So that's why they had to change the rules. But my dad did it, I think, 7 times.
So they literally changed the rule. Then let's talk about, look, there were so many things about this game that made it fascinating, and it was extraordinarily important, but it will always be remembered as the George Kittle game. What do you make of that play?
Listen, it changes everything when he's on the field. Look, we think about Jimmy G in that particular situation against Seattle earlier this year when he was terrified. I don't care what anybody say. Jimmy G did not want to run that 2-minute drill against the Seattle Seahawks. He gets Kittle back, and it's easy. And I don't know what the hell the Saints were doing covering him one-on-one with Chauncey Gardner-Jones, because it already had happened in this game. But with that being said, 85 changes everything. It's the same thing we've been talking about with other teams with prolific tight ends. In those situations, Jimmy G is comfortable because that guy's playing.
Yeah, George Kittle was a savage. The guy was trying to rip his face off, and he picks up another 20 yards. That's incredible. But for me, I think the fun thing about yesterday was after that tough game in Baltimore where they had to play at 10 a.m. their time, they stay in Florida, go into the Superdome, a very difficult place to play. The defense didn't show up, which I'm assuming you guys will talk about. But for me, I think we learned that the Niners offense can perform. That Niners offense with Kyle Shanahan's big brain can show up. Now, if they can piece it all together, which they are, I think, slowly, they're going to be a real problem. So not only is Jimmy G looking good and Kittle looking good, but that Shanahan offense with some trick plays is really coming together. And for me, the Niners look like the most complete team in the NFC right now if their defense can bounce back from this slide against a very good Drew Brees.
Well, Pat, you mentioned Jimmy G, and Dan, I feel like all year long everybody's been saying, is Jimmy G good enough? Is he maybe a weak link in this offense? What did you see from him, particularly on that 4th down play, that you think they'll remember if they make a Super Bowl run?
Signed, sealed, and delivered. He answered every question about him. To do that on the road against the Hall of Famer, that 4th down play, if the San Francisco 49ers win the Super Bowl, they will be able to point to that 4th down play and go, we won it because of that play, because now they're the 1 seed. Now everyone has to come through San Francisco. Now they don't have to go through New Orleans. Like, that is massive. And it's because of that 4th down play. To Jimmy G, the questions of, are you going to be enough? We get great defense, great play caller, really good run game. Are you going to be enough? And Jimmy G went above coaching yesterday. There was multiple plays in that game where Kyle Shanahan calls a play, it's a good play, and no one's open. And he goes above. When quarterbacks start doing that, that's when they take that next step and answer all the questions.
We are just getting started on a jam-packed Monday on Get Up. Still to come, the Patriots, they've lost 2 in a row. And at time of the season, they're usually putting their foot on the gas. How far can this team go in the playoffs? And then one of my friends here saw Joe Burrow